Hello guys. It's what's today? It's already Tuesday, August 4, 2020. And if you're trading the Philippine markets, that is what's happening in the Philippine markets. So your index is up 59 points, 5775.5, and your top gainers are the usual Nickel Asia, Apex Mining, Philex Mining, and then you have ACH 2.71 up 4%. The rest doesn't matter to be mentioned. So although there have been resilient companies like URC up 4%, you could see that the general market is it's bullish on secular trends. So you could see naman which are the companies in the Philippines that benefit from a secular trend, and that would be ACH. So ACH is now trading at 271. If you've been watching our show, you're aware that we have been pitching ACH for the longest time. We've been pitching that at 2.2, 2.3, that it had a great future because solar farms in India was happening, wind farms in so it was in the right sector. You invest in renewable energy, you see that the growth in renewable energy will be there. Especially if you're trading abroad, it's very clear to you that that is the sector to be in. Therefore, it should not be a surprise that ACH is getting the love, not just from retail, but also your big time investors. And it's obvious naman, your foreign is also buying some ACH. It's very clear naman, no? It's very clear as day. You've got volume, you've got charts. From 230, it's 270. That is how much? That is about 20% move in a few days. So really, the question now is, can ACH continue to rise? 287, you've got a little bit of a resistance. But I'd say that everyone who doesn't have ACH would want to buy ACH at any dips below 250 to 240. So we don't see people trading this. Some people will make money trading, but other people will just really hold on to it and see where the future leads. So that's the future for ACH. It's very clear that renewable energy is getting bigger and bigger. It should be clear for you. How did you know that? If you are trading US, Sunrun, okay, Sunrun is giving you the clue. Sunrun, $10 to about $40 even before earnings this week. Enphase, some solar names for you guys to know in the Philippines. So these are all abroad because we trade globally, diba? So we know the future. We know that what's happening in the future. It's gonna be a lot of renewable. Your solar panels, your solar microinverters, your installation, your electric vehicles. Take a look what happened in your ano. I'm gonna show to you guys what happened. So Tesla isn't back at 1.6, no? But I think it will because take a look at what happened to the electric names abroad. See, BYD company, $78. What happened to some electric pickup trucks? Workhorse, kaboom. These are some electric vehicles that are not your Tesla, but are also doing well because they've got partnerships. Workhorse had partnership with FedEx, UPS, and this one rose last night 20% because Workhorse owns Lordstown Motors, which will be an SPAC, a SPAC. So truly, it shouldn't be a question mark why Nickel Asia is up. Why is it up? It's very crucial that you know that nickel is a primary component of all your electric vehicles in the future. And is that future far? No, it's actually very near. So you can see that Nickel Asia has rallied from 1.5 to 2.7. We have been saying that Nickel Asia was a primary beneficiary over and over and over again. I sound like a parrot sometimes. If you weren't listening, we were saying all the time that Nickel Asia was doing well. So because the beneficiary of Nickel Asia is a secular trend talaga. When you say secular trend, we're talking about decade-long booms. We're replacing our fossil fuels to electric, to solar, and of course, we're replacing our diesel-driven cars to electric vehicles. In electric vehicles, you need battery storage, in which case you'll need companies like Nickel Asia to supply. It's a supplier for your electric vehicle beneficiary. Well, do you want to own commodity miners? If you want to own commodity miners, Nickel Asia happens to be a commodity that will be a demand, that would see demand surge because of all these electric vehicles coming into your next 5 years. Maybe not just 5 years, because in China, in USA, they are delivering, diba? If you're aware, Tesla delivered 90,000 vehicles in a quarter. Geely Auto delivered 500,000 vehicles in the first half. If you study your fundamentals, it's pretty easy to find leaders and winners. Now, you might ask me, why is Apex Mining rising? Well, are you in a cave? Aren't you aware that gold is up? Okay, let's tell you what's happening abroad. So gold is up, right? Everyone knows that it's at $2,000. It's the infinite printing. So gold has really benefited. You could see naman from 2020, since March, went from about 1.5 to 2,000. Now you might say, wow, gold has outperforming. Not true. 1.5 to 2,000 is what? 30%? Did you know how much you could make just by buying the Apple? Apple is more than 100%. Oh, 220 to 430. Oh, 440, that's 100%. Oh, you buy some Amazon, what happened? Oh, 1.6 to 3.3. Oh, retail favorites yan, right? Oh, Tesla, retail favorite, oh. 400 to 1.7. There's a lot. Maybe some of you knows this, di ba? Oh, Fastly, Shopify, oh, 10 to 110, sure. So the point here is that if people are gonna say, oh, I'm good kasi gold is up. What? You're happy with a 35% gain? You're happy with a 35% gain? Sure, be happy with that. I'm happy with you too. But just know that gold is not an outperforming asset. Just because it's up 35%, when you have the whole world running at 100%, 200%, 300%, that is an underperformance. And of course, it's apparent to you, if it's not apparent to you, that the Philex Mining and Apex Mining just made a catch up. It's a catch up play because your gold is rising 35%. Naturally, Apex Mining wanted to follow the party. So 50 cents is up 160. How high can this go? That is a resistance. You could see that Apex had a resistance at 160. You could see some selling pressure, 160, 170, 180. So at this point in time, it's mostly a hold. So the big money is done in holding, in sitting. You make money while you're sleeping. You have to have bet on it early on. And if you're betting now, it's 50-50. Of course, you can go 180, but they can also go to 140. The happy thing about it, though, is that if it falls, you know that the supports are there. People would buy this at 140. Everyone who didn't enter at 120, 130 would buy it at 140, right? So that was a gold correlated play. You could see Felix Mining is also a gold correlated play. But if you are really interested in gold, of course, I'll show you a few things in the gold plays abroad. You could check out companies like Galiano Gold, GAU. You can check out companies like Harmony Gold Mining, HMY, Rallied too. But ako personally, there's a lot of money that can be made that's not really in gold sector. So it really depends on people. So kanya-kanya naman, kanya-kanyang utak. There's a lot of money to be made abroad, and that's what we clearly tell you. Nevertheless, in the Philippines, what's happening to us is at least today, the index didn't crater. The index stabilized at 5.7 today. Advances 136, market value 5 billion. You still continue to have foreign net selling because most of the industries in the Philippines are not at par with where technology has brought the world. We don't have resilient names, di ba? So what can we do as a nation about this? What can we do? Uh, our GDP is reliant on some traditional industries. So that's the hard thing. So far, even if we've got gainers today, it's a blip. It's a blip. Um, I don't know if we can sustain our gains. We need more. This could just be a short-term bounce, and then we continue falling down the next couple of days. I don't know. So the Philippines would continue to be a sell-on strength unless something truly changed. And so far, fundamentally, I don't know what has truly changed in the Philippine markets. We've got the MECQ. So modified ECQ is not a good thing fundamentally. Let's see if our COVID cases can dissipate. And let's see if the only play in the Philippines is, as you know, ASPH, Nicolasia, Apex Mining. So that's really the only way. Unless people will suddenly, I don't know where people will go, where will they put their money, but I think that the money will continue to be in the mining place. So Apex Nickel will continue to get the love because of scarcity effect. If you don't have any winners in the Philippines, money will just naturally flow to where incentives will be. And if they're incentivized with a 20% gain on these companies like Nicolasia, you could see naman it's obvious, no? You can see foreigners are piling up on Nicolasia. Uh, a lot of the global money piled up on gold. So you never know. Nicolasia can go to 3 or 340, 360. At this point in time, if you bought near the 2 bucks, 180, even if you didn't buy at 140, diba? We said naman, even at 180 to 2 bucks, you can still make money, right? Even if you bought it at 220, you'd still make money. So at this point in time, winners win. Let the winners ride all the way to 290 to 3 bucks. Let's see where it takes us, diba? That's what it is. That's what you do in the Philippines. If you have a winner, just let it be. Hold on to it, and let's see how far it goes. In the Philippines, very few winners, eh. But I'd show to you what happened in the Philippines. Of course, SM is doing its part in really making sure that they can conquer this e-commerce world. So let's see whether SM can really do that. SM here at 840, you've got support there. Let's see if can it be bought at 800 or 840. We would believe that the biggest taipans of the country, your SM and Ayala Corp, are some of the companies that we should be taking a look at on the dips. So Ayala Corp, will we buy it at 640 or is 700 the bottom? So far, I don't know yet. So let's see, let's watch. But these are the names that we will take a look at. It's good to see, of course, your URC is strong. But that is a consumer staple. You're seeing pure gold stable. You're seeing your globe is okay lang, stable, stable. Telephone, stable, stable. Meralco, what's happening there? Stable lang naman yan 257. What's happening in your Manila Water? Stable lang din, 12.5. But be critical about companies that are rising that you feel is a sell-on rally. What's happening in the property sector? So some people continue to sell them down because the outlook for properties is bad, right? So what's gonna happen to your Metro Bank? Financials, the outlook is continuously bad. So can it go new lows? That's my question nga. It's a question and answer portion, but the way it looks like, still sad fate. Still sad for our banks. Our banks are still sad. You see naman, no? Banks are sad. Financials are sad. So, financial sector, they have to prove to us that they can. I don't know what's gonna happen with their earnings format, their losses. So, I stay out when I don't know. I just stay out. I avoid if I can't see. If it's not clear, we don't bother lang. That's really it. So that's it for you in the Philippine market. Thank you very much. And let's talk about a lot of things in the global market. Bye-bye.